Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Entropia content. Man, check out how packed this place is always, eh? And all these cool shirts. I don't think I've ever seen these black and red heart shirts. Pretty sweet. Yeah, that guy looks pretty cool. He's all in black, eh? Oh, is that an avatar? Huh. I thought it said click to interact for a second. Yeah, what was I doing yesterday's episode? I managed to swing by the oil rig and had a good pick. That was pretty sweet. Maybe I'll try that right off the bat again today. And we'll discuss some of the big news while we fly. Now the big news is Bonnie's auction is coming up tomorrow. Fuck. And some people were posting in the comments that the time was a little bit off for them. So I was like, holy fuck, I better check to see what time this is. How do I fly up? Spacebar, there we go. I don't know, for me, spacebar should be down. I don't know why it's up. That's a weird setting. Right, so some people were saying that it was like 5:30 a.m. their time. I was like, holy fuck, I better check to see what time it is. Not that I fucking sleep in again. And I don't know, I ran it into Google, tried to find out. I'll just bring it up here. If anyone can help me with the time on this. It says it's Saturday the 26th of September, 2130 Mind Arc time. I don't know, but anyone else where they live? My country, well, most people in my country don't use military time. So right off the bat, this 2100 shit, I have no idea what it means. Like, I get it, you're supposed to minus 12 or whatever, but I don't know. It's like half the time I do it, it still comes out to the wrong number. So I just never use military time. So what I did is I typed into Google to see what it was, converting it from military time, and I got 3 or 4 different answers. So I have no fucking idea when this event is. It's like, I don't know, if I was someone posting something in Entropia at the time, I would just give a normal time, like noon on a Saturday, like Toronto time or something, Eastern. Some sort of time frame that people use. Like, I don't know, maybe some people, I shouldn't say that, they actually are familiar with military time or Mind Arc time or whatever different time scales to use. But you tell me military time, you might as well be giving a blind person fucking sign language. It's like, I'm not going to know what time that is. And I know there's probably a lot of other people that don't use military time either. Like, I don't know, it's probably due a little bit to the Canadian education system. I don't know if you guys have heard how bad our education system got. It's like what we did is we have a union that got in charge of spending all of the taxpayer money for schools, and they do a really horrible job at teaching. Like, you could take like bums off the street and they would teach the kids better. That's how incompetent it's gotten. Like, we literally have entire graduating classes that can't even read time off a fucking clock. Like, unless it's a digital clock, these kids have no clue. They showed when they put a classroom of like high school graduates to do an exam in a lounge or like a classroom or a hall, they have to put a digital clock. Because they said that if they put a clock with hand signs on it, like the normal clocks on the wall, none of the students can read it. They can't tell time. A lot of them can't read or speak English. It's like our fucking society has gotten so dumbed down. It's reached to the point where everyone's just smoking their 4 plants at home and getting dumber and dumber and dumber, to the point where we have no idea what's even going on anymore. It's a little bit scary in a way, because you're like, oh my god, some of these people are getting old enough to vote and they have no fucking concept of anything. Holy fuck, I'm getting attacked by Aatrox. Oh man, this sucks balls. Not in a good way. So everyone's been parking their vehicles here. I don't know why the Aatrox aren't destroying their vehicles instead of going for me. Well, that's good. Now they're destroying their vehicles. So I think that's the one catch. If you're going to leave your vehicle here to get oil, hopefully the Aatroxes destroy it. So the people that are using that exploit just get their vehicles taken away by getting destroyed. I really don't like that exploit. Right, well now this sucks because I'm really far from the fucking teleporter. Oh god, what a nightmare. Okay, so I gotta get out of here. How am I gonna get out of here without wasting oil? Yeah, so if anyone's watching the stream and they can calculate this 21:30 Mind Arc time into Toronto's time, like I use the AM PM system like normal people. Like I don't know if you're in the army, maybe you use that military time, but I don't. I know when the bus schedule comes in, like every clock we use on TV, everything, it's always normal time. No one uses fucking army time. I was thinking it kind of reminds me of the whole Mind Arc thing, how they send messages out via Google, or what is it, Internet Explorer. I'm like, you might as well be sending it out by fucking messenger pigeon. No one's gonna get that shit. And they're like, oh, I wonder why no one's watching our videos. I don't know, you're sending it out on fucking Internet Explorer. Fucking send it out by messenger pigeon, see how many people you get to watch it then. It's probably the same amount. Morons. Okay, yeah, there's no way I can get out of this teleporter without using my fucking vehicle. I bet you this guy's stuck here because he was a noob. He came here, he doesn't have a vehicle, now he's fucked in the game. Because the way they designed it, they should be spawning people at the Ashai teleporter. Why would you spawn us here? We were here. Spawn us here, closest place. Fucking piece of shit. Come on, I want to request a fucking piece of... Man, I fucking can't stand the new controls in this game. I want to request something. How do I request to join a ship? Remember you used to be able to do that? You could click it and say, hey, request to join. I fucking can't because of stupid fucking controls. Goddamn Mind Arc, I swear to God, every time you make changes to the game, it just gets worse and worse and worse. I can't even request to get in people's vehicles now. That's how much of a fucking piece of shit you made this game. Holy fuck. Man, that really pisses me off because I could have saved some oil, asked them for a fucking ride, but could I? No! The fucking game controls don't work anymore. Pieces of shit. Yeah, and some player fucking messaged back that you can have yourself removed from the player registry. That's a fucking mistake, Mind Arc. Having people removed from the registry is a piece of shit option. It's like, you know how people can request to get out of the phone book in real life? Actually, no, you can't, because it's a fucking directory that shows everything. You can't ask yourself to be removed from the fucking directory. What happens if the player rips someone off, and now you need to find them in the directory, and now you can't because they're fucking unlisted? Well, hey, that's fucking bullshit, man. You should have them in the fucking directory. Goddamn stupid piece of shit. Press the button to get in the fucking vehicle. What does it do? It picked it up. Piece of shit. Fuck, man. I am not happy today the way this episode is going. Holy fuck. Alright, I better go to the sweat circle and chill out for a bit. Oh man, I can't stand the new controls in Entropia. It's like they took a game, and the one thing I loved about Entropia is it had the best controls out of any game I'd ever played. PlayStation, computer, anything. Hands down, best fucking controls. What did they do? They fucking changed the controls to the fucking worst piece of shit controls I've ever played in a game. Now when I rank Entropia controls, it went from number 1 to fucking underneath the shithole in the fucking outhouse. That's where the fucking controls are now. Pieces of goddamn shit. God bless shit. Fuck. Oh man. Boy, if I had an interview with one of the Mind Arc employees, boy would I tear him a new one. Some of the fucking bullshit they put in the game just fucking ruins it. I wonder who was responsible for the new fucking controls. I wish they would come up with a video and say, hey, this is my name and this is what I did. I fucked your controls. Took the best game fucking controls in the game and flushed them down the fucking outhouse to the bottom of the fucking shitter. That's what their job was. Fuckers. No, it just really pisses me off because I used to love the controls in this game. fucking love them. Fucking ruined by pieces of shit. Now I have to hit fucking spacebar to go up. Piece of shit. I have to fucking fly to the teleporter that I wasn't even at. I never came to this fucking place. Why the hell did you spawn me here? You fucking idiots. Holy fuck, man. Yeah, and take away that fucking glitch in the game where everyone keeps spawning their fucking vehicles there to get the oil. Fuck that shit. It's an exploit. Get it fucking out of the game. Get your fucking acts together. Fucking stop buying new offices and fucking fix the game. Pieces of shit. Oh god. No, the one thing that got me a little bit optimistic is I was looking at Serial Overdrive's channel the other day, and I noticed he has 10,000 subscribers. I was thinking that's fucking amazing for Entropia. No, I literally thought the Entropia community was like 100 or 200 people. Like, I seriously believe that, because like, you see how many things occur in the game and which players are doing it. It's always the same players over and over again. And when you go on social media, it's like the same 100 or 2 players. There's no thousands of people joining the Facebook pages. So to think that Serial Overdrive got 10,000 people, like, that's far exceeded, like, over 10 times what I thought the actual Entropia population was. Like, I know the Entropia, like, Mindark probably has some number where they put the player base at like tens of thousands or whatever. It's nowhere near that. It's because those people create those missions where they have the low agility to get the reward. So then people just create new account after new account after new account so that they can keep collecting the low agility reward. And that problem's going to continue until Mindark says, hey, if you're doing events, that's fine, but don't do one where you're fucking making exploits, because that's an exploit. You're creating people, making them make fake accounts so that they can buy your rewards or sell items to you. That's an exploit. You're making them create fake accounts. It's like, I guess they could argue and say they're not forcing them to do it, but actually you are. You're creating a reward for doing an exploit. So then what happens? People do the exploit to get the reward that you created. So that's like a big problem in the game. We got to get rid of these vehicle exploits near the oil rigs. We got to get rid of the fucking agility exploit where people keep doing events that require low agility and it creates thousands of fake accounts to be created every week. So I think that's why Mindark hasn't done anything, is they love it when people create fake accounts. Because A, they can deposit into those fake accounts, but they can never withdraw. Because as soon as they try to withdraw, it'll come up as a fake account and then they can't. So Mindark loves it. They want as many accounts depositing as possible, especially ones that can't withdraw. I don't know if anyone's doing those trades where you're making those fake accounts with the agility so you can sell sweat. Guess what? When you go to log out of the game, they'll fucking search your account and see how they made your money. And if they see that's how you made it, they can flag it and make it so you can't withdraw. So that whole exploit you just did to sell your sweat, make a profit, it's useless. Can't withdraw the money now. I know, and some people like to bash Mindark, saying the Entropia or the Mindark withdrawal process is really long. And I would just like to say that it's bullshit. You can like see it from my account. I've withdrawn multiple times. I've even proven on the episodes. So it's like, when I went to withdraw, it was not like some 3-6 month process. It's like, it was actually really fast as long as you give them the correct information. If you give them the wrong banking information, it'll drag on for months. So when you see people that are like saying, oh, I can't fucking withdraw, blah, 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 it takes a long time, it's because they're mental and they gave the Mindark the wrong banking information. And I'm not even going to say really that they're mental, because the way Mindark requests the banking information is for like how banks do stuff overseas. So if you got someone who's in North America or stuff and they ask for all these transfer numbers, we don't use any of those in our banks. So good luck trying to fill out that form. I know I had to do it multiple times, multiple failures, and then eventually I got it where I had to get help from my bank manager. And I think it took them a week of hiring employees to figure out what the hell Mindark wanted on that form too. So don't feel like an idiot. It's actually Mindark's the real idiot, because they're asking for information that no one even has. Well, maybe they have it if they're in another country that uses those type of transfer numbers and stuff. Now, I was thinking that one problem too is Canadian schools. It's like they don't teach us anything about finances. They don't teach us how to do our taxes. They don't teach us how interest savings accounts work. They don't teach us stocks. The only thing they teach us in math class is like quadratic formulas. How to like fucking convert pi into, yeah, quadratic formulas. What was it? SOHCAHTOA? It's like I remembered how to fucking trigonometry, but I have no fucking idea how to do my taxes. I don't even know how to fucking calculate tax, let alone fucking do them. No, in our school it's funny too. They made us like spend like 5 hours a day memorizing treaties, where how the Europeans didn't steal the native land, we actually bought it from them. I don't know where this idea comes that Europeans stole land. What bunch of the fucking bullshit fucking leftist media. Now that's where the whole saying Indian giver comes from. It's because back in the day Indians used to, or Native Americans used to be called Indians. And they used to be famous to have a reputation where they would sell you all your shit and then call you a thief and say you stole it. It's like, well, technically, I'm sorry, but if you took money as a sale, that's not thief. That's not stealing. So I don't know. I don't know how long our fucking prime minister is going to go around with this bullshit apologizing for stealing land. We didn't steal jack shit. That's what happens when migration occurs. People come in, they buy all your shit. It's like, and then all of a sudden you lose all your country, all your land, and your family has nowhere to live. That's migration. Don't try to sugarcoat it, right? I'm not saying migration's evil or anything. There's definitely plus sides to it, but there is a fucking downside to it, and people shouldn't ignore that. So that's why I find some people are weird with me and they're like, oh, how come you argue with one thing and then you argue the exact opposite the next day? It's because I argue both sides of things. It's like there's usually never a one-sided issue. Maybe killing someone would be a one-sided issue that's obviously wrong, but in most cases there'd be, like, there's always two sides to a coin. Alright, let's try to do some callers. Excuse me. Here, I'll just give the list update for Bonnie's auction. Looks like all the items on the list are still the same. I did message Bonnie about getting onto the buyers list or whatever it's called. We'll see if that message made it through. I don't know if she read it yet or not. I don't know, I was just putting that I was hoping to do a reserve bid, but I don't know how the auction's working for reserve bids and all that. She did write something trying to explain it, but I'm a little bit slow and couldn't quite grasp it. Oh yeah, that was the other news. I forgot almost the most important news I wanted to cover on the show today. Nearly skipped it. Right, it came time to the last page of Bonnie's thread about the auction, and they were discussing the location and about where the location would be. Okay, I'll read Bonnie's post here. After some agonizing debate, it has been decided that this, the very first live auction, will be held at Cape Corinth. Corinth? I don't even know how you say it, but it was deemed to be currently the best choice with factors like space, accessibility, ambience, neutrality, practicality, etc. in consideration. But of course, could change for subsequent events. So if anyone's wondering where it is, it's Cape Corinth. And I think that's not a bad location. I'm pretty sure Mindark has organized events there before. So maybe there's something to do with the server space or something. Could fit a lot of players. I don't know, I'm probably going to head to Cape Corinth about an hour before the auction starts to try to check it out. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Now I can't take it anymore. It's fucking hot as a fucking sauna in here. Now our weather in Canada has been going crazy lately. We had the coldest spring on record. Then for part of the summer, coldest summer on record. We had early frost, everything. All signs pointing towards the ice age. And now we've gone back to our normal summer weather. And then people are like, oh God, it's so hot. It's like, no, this is actual normal weather. Before we were just fucking freezing. That's why you're noticing it feeling warmer. God. Yeah, and that was the other cool news I was looking at this morning. Is finally the CBC released a report that a lot of people have been lying for like the past few decades. You know, you see those posters where polar bears are dying because of the fucking ice and climate change and all that. Well, a lot of people have been calling out our fucking media saying, you're fucking bullshitting everyone. Stop lying about the fucking polar bears. They're not going extinct. So finally, fucking CBC released an article today admitting that they were lying the whole time. Well, they didn't actually admit to lying. They're just saying, well, it actually turns out polar bears are not on the decline. Their species has been increasing in number every year steadily since we began taking records. And now, since the 1960s, we're at the fucking highest level of polar bear population ever recorded. They're fucking exploding in population. So I was like, you fucking bullshitting climate hysteria people been going on about the polar bears dying? That's fucking bullshit. It's fucking cool. They were saying too, now they tried to switch it. They're like, oh, the melting ice is making it easier for the polar bears to get food. So that's why their fucking population's exploding. So before they were trying to say population's declining because of climate change, but now they couldn't fucking sell that bullshit anymore because they're like, holy fuck, people are starting to realize the population's the fucking highest it's ever been. It's fucking the exact opposite of what they're trying to sell us on. So now they're saying, oh, it's climate change is making the polar bear population explode. So that was the new article today. Because it's warmer is why there's more polar bears. Complete opposite of what they've been saying for the past 10 years, but I guess it's because they realized that their fucking gig was up. They fucking got caught red-handed, lying like fucking thieves again, trying to sell us on some bullshit tax to make it fucking colder in a fucking ice age. God damn, well, God bless this mess. I just gotta keep reminding myself, this is the prophecy. Everything's gonna become the opposite. It's just fucking hard to grasp some days. Alright, not to get too much more political, I think I've had enough of that for my show. If people want to pay more to make the planet colder, go right ahead. It's all up to you, right? It's like now we need a carbon tax to fucking lower the population of polar bears because there's too many. It's amazing how that flip-flopped. Alright, before we try doing the first Skype caller on the show, let's do a quick roll of the Bitcoin Casino. Now, if anyone else is thinking they want to help my show keep going with a little bit of financial support, we got the indirect email transfers, we got Patreon, but for people probably in my situation because of the global pandemic or just because you're smoking too much weed, probably don't have enough money to help, but you can still with the Bitcoin Casino because everyone could do these spins free every hour. I do. So I'm at 26,356. Let's give it a spin. 26,375. Woohoo! I don't know, they were saying that they added more ways to bet this winnings, so I was just going to check it out. They got the Russian Grand Prix you can bet on. They got some sport that's, I don't know, Toronto FC or Torino FC. I don't know what that is. I'm in North America, and in our country, soccer is the sport of losers. I don't know, we've kind of come to political correctness where we started to allow soccer fans into our country, but we used to have a strict policy of no soccer in our country. So I don't know, I stick by that even if it's considered bigotry. If you can fucking love soccer in your own country, that's great, but just don't come to my country and love it, because I fucking can't stand soccer. It's a piece of shit. It needs to be taken off all the TV. All the fields need to be removed from our country. I don't want any of this hoogalism fucking mentality. The only little bit of fucking leeway I show for soccer is that I don't really blame people for liking soccer in Canada now. Although like 20 years ago I would have. Just because the way fucking our media has changed hockey, they made it figure skating. So now that it's figure skating, I'm actually at the point where I'm like, okay, this is the opposite now. It's like hockey is now the sissiest sport ever to be invented, where it used to be the most manly. So I was like, holy shit, this is another opposite. So yeah, if you guys are all big soccer fans that are watching the show, I don't blame you. If I was faced with watching hockey now the way it is now, I'd probably watch soccer instead too. It kind of sickens me that our society went that direction, but oh well, what are you gonna do? And the irony of it is, I'm probably one of the best soccer players I've ever seen. It's like I actually learned how to play soccer by teaching myself that foot juggling game. And I'm very big, so I'm like 6'2", fucking 200 pounds. When it comes to most soccer players, they're like 5 foot nothing, like toothpicks. So it's like put me in a field with them and kicking a ball, I would just plow through them like they were nothing. Not to mention you can never get the ball away from me. No, but I was just raised on hockey. I was like told my whole life that hockey was the superior sport, and that all other sports are inferior, vastly inferior. It's Don Cherry. Like it or hate him, he's the one who raised me. I even imitated his haircut. Now some people call Don Cherry a racist, but technically that's not true. Because Don Cherry's a bigot. And bigotry and racism are complete opposites. I think one case that can carry over if people get carried away, that can be said the same for anything. No, because the definition of bigotry is disliking other cultures other than your own. And I think bigotry, to a sense, is wrong if your culture is too dominant and it never looks at other cultures to adapt some shit. But it can be taken too far that direction too, where all of a sudden your culture loses all self-respect and awareness of itself and becomes too watered down. That's when you need bigotry. So guys, don't worry, I'm not always going to be a bigot. As soon as our culture becomes too dominant and we don't look for other cultures for help anymore, that's when I'll switch. I'm always like cheering for the underdog. And now cheering for the underdog can piss people off, but I'll do it either way. Now it's funny when you watch me watching UFC, because usually as a fight goes, if there's a heavy underdog favorite, I'll always be cheering for the underdog. But if the underdog starts winning and like just totally destroying the other fighter like for half the fight, I'll eventually switch over and cheer for whoever's losing. I don't know, I guess it's like, I just relate to the underdogs because usually I'm always the underdog, so I'm like, I guess cheering for myself, narcissistic cheering. It's kind of like, have you ever noticed as you get older, you start to like the old athletes in sports? Like I used to love Vince Carter because I was like, hey, Vince Carter's older than me. So I always cheer for the old guy to keep going because I can relate to him. Alright, this is becoming a nightmare. Whole bunch of mobs, none of them have any sweat. We gotta get some sweat. Keep the flow going. Ghost Train Haze and a little bit of vapor oil, no, regular oil on the menu today. I was trying to decide if I'm gonna cure some weed in jars or just shrink wrap it all. I think I'm just gonna shrink wrap it and keep enough out for smoking. And then eventually, as I run low, I'll just take more out of the freezer. No more of this fucking jar method. Yeah, so some people are probably going to ask in the chat, like, man, if you were making oil out of shy so fast, like I got 3 ped in just a few minutes. It's like, why don't you stay there all the time? And that's one of the reasons why. It's because people fucking set up those vehicles and do the exploit. And it kind of ruins it for everyone. I don't know what's going on with that vehicle exploit in the oil. I think what it is, it's something to do with the programming. You know how you take oil and you drag it onto your vehicle and that's how it gets into it? It's like that same programming is happening with the oil rig. So it's like the oil rig's dropping it in and your vehicle just takes it. Alright, before we do the Skype call, let's try to get a quick message from the sponsor. Today's first Skype call attempt was brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Woo! Right, welcome back everyone. So do you think I should do the great Skype experiment? I was thinking if I'm going to tell people to call me on Skype, I have to find them, give them a way to contact me, so I better open Skype. Alright, looks like Skype is opening. Might get a little bit of lag in the meantime. See, I don't get it. Sometimes it's lagging, but I look at my CPU usage and it's still under 7%. So it's like, why would it lag if it's like 7% usage? Ah, man. Why is Skype asking me for my passwords every time I just try to log into it? I don't want to give you my password each time. It's because my Microsoft password, I don't even know what it is. It's like I'm the worst with passwords. I made a card, wrote all my passwords on it so that I never fuck them up. And then when it asks me for my password, I take the card out and I go to put it in and it's never the same password. So then I don't know what's happening. I bet you I update the password, forget to update the sheet, and then when I come back to use the sheet, the password's wrong. It's really annoying. And so that's why I just like devices to memorize my passwords all the time. So I just put memorize password, memorize password. But guess what happens? Open the thing and it asks me for my password. So now I'm fucked. Not in a good way. I don't know what the fuck the password is. The whole reason I'm using a computer is so it can memorize stuff for me. You know? Oh, fuck. Right, that wasn't it. This one password I made, I just like fucking told the computer off. I just wrote like 10 swear words all in a row. I'm like, you want a password? Take that for a fucking password. Shouldn't be telling clues on how to guess my passwords. Oh my god. I put in 2 of my most common passwords and it's neither of them. Isn't that great news? Let's try the swear word password. Let's hope it's that. Yeah, it was. Great, so that's what I gotta remember. When I need the password that's not working, just go tell it to fuck itself. Woohoo! Dun, dun, dun. Right, so help improve Skype. Tell us what you think. I hate it. Oh yeah, that was what I was thinking. Before my Skype was fucked, that when it came to the camera, it would detect, or it would detect XSplit, it would detect any other virtual cams, but it couldn't detect OBS. So I was like, fuck, that's one of the reasons why I kept using XSplit. Now I remember it. But I'm like, instead of giving up, gave it some time, next day figured it out. I'm like, hey, I'll just search on Google, see if I can find out the trick on how to make it work for OBS. Because I was thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not the only person who's using OBS and wants to connect it to Skype. You think it's like the two obvious conglomerates, like what more would you need to do? So I checked, and yeah, lo and behold, someone found the solution. What they did is they created a fucking patch so that it works and detects it. And I was like, dear God, why doesn't OBS have this patch already installed natively? But anyways, I installed it, boom, got it working. So that's what I was going to tell everyone. Try to be more optimistic in my show. Don't lose hope, guys. Even if you get mad, frustrated, swearing, try to take a break from it and then come back to shit. You'd be surprised. Usually those original emotional reactions aren't really the greatest solutions. Surprise, surprise. Right, so how do I let people it says here, share and connect. Connect with anyone by sharing a link to your profile with them. Even if they're not on Skype, they can join. I don't know, that looks like just a fucking invite to join Skype. I want to give people a way to contact me. How do we do that? Hey, that's cool. I still got that guy who's into the carnivore vegan debates. I was supposed to do a Skype call with him, but I never got around to it because I couldn't get anything working. Maybe if one of these works, it'd be a good test. Alright, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to pause and figure this out. You think Skype would just have like, here, give out your number so people could call you? I guess that's a little bit too complicated for them. Okay, just in case anyone else has run into the same problem, it says here, click on your profile picture, click Skype profile, click share profile, and then in the share and connect window, you can copy to clipboard your join link to your desktop clipboard and then share that. Alright, I have 12 ped, so maybe I'll buy 3k sweat. We'll see if anyone's buying sweat, 1.1. Alright, this seems like a good time. Wait, let me get my Skype shit ready. Alright, let's do that again. What it says, click on your profile picture. Then it says click Skype profile. Then it says click share profile. Oh yeah. And then it says in the window you can copy that thing. Alright, let's try it. It says I copied it to the clipboard. I should be ready to go. Oh yeah, I'll need headphones or I won't be able to hear anyone. Normally I don't use headphones for the show, although I should. Holy shit, I can hear sweating. Alright, so at least that works. If no one calls, I don't even have to use that. That'll be the plus side. Alright, do I take the plunge? Accept my first Skype callers. Now don't worry guys, if we get anyone who's a jerk, or is kind of cool, and they try to troll. I can actually just edit it because the show technically is recorded all in one take, but I still don't record it live. So I can just edit anything really bad swear words out. But try not to, because it'll just fucking make my editing time take forever, and then I might just re-record. Because in a lot of cases it's faster just to re-record. Alright, let's try it. Want to buy sweat. Let's try 1.5 a K. I hope this doesn't break any of the terms in Entropia. I'm thinking, am I allowed to do Skype calls with other players? I've heard of people using communication, but I've always been nervous to do it. Hopefully it's not considered an exploit or something, huh? So if anyone finds out that doing this breaks the terms, let me know, and then I'll apologize and try never to do it again. I've read the terms and I tried to understand them the best I could. No, ignorance is no excuse. Let's try this. Think anyone will actually call in? It's like, how bad do they want to sell that sweat? I don't know. Will anyone take the chance? Sounds like a pretty risky proposition, having to speak to someone in order to sell sweat. Alright, we got the first person. Alright, so we got one person who might consider it. I have a feeling they're going to say no, because he's trying to sell 150K. Oh, we got a second person. Well, let's try this. Alright, so let's see. We got two people that might consider it. This is better than I thought. I didn't think anyone would message. See, that's the thing. When you got some crazy idea, sometimes it's not such a bad idea to try it out. Unless it gets you hurt really bad. Then it probably was a really bad idea. Alright, I better close some of these other windows so that I can actually communicate with these people. Sorry, Nigel and the other person. Ooh, this person sounds interesting. Yeah, so far so good. So people are considering it. Woo! Alright, this might actually work. It's good because I've been dying to speak to some actual Entropian players. Alright, cool. He says he can call in. Just kind of getting nervous. Let's hope this works. Better get my headphones ready. Alright, so people are messaging. Ah, he doesn't have Skype. I'll ask him what he uses. Yeah, I figured Skype might be an issue, because not everyone has Skype, even though it's free. Alright, so one person said they're either a little bit nervous or they said their PC can't handle running Skype in the game at the same time. Alright, so we got another player who's interested. See, hopefully one of them can use Skype here, right? Alright, so I'll close Lavin right now because they're not able. Alright, so it appears that everyone is too nervous to call in to sell sweat. Maybe I should up it to 2 pet decay. I think they'll go for it then. Alright, let's try the 1.5 offer a couple times. Maybe I'll get a few more people. Now, if anyone's wondering, if you want to go back into your chat to see what you typed, just keep hitting up or down on the D-pad and it'll cycle through to a certain point. It won't let me go far back enough to the fucking message. Oh, there it is. That actually was the one. Just while I was bitching. Oh, I had it. Oh, see, I had it and then I deleted it again. Fucking hell, man. I'm just on a little bit of a streak of bad luck today. Hopefully I can turn this around. Yeah, it's kind of making me optimistic too that maybe the Entropia community isn't near as small as I thought. If Serial Overdrive really got 10,000 people all playing Entropia to sign up to his fucking YouTube, that's amazing. Or does he do other content? I should check. Maybe he's doing another game too. No, to me it was just like, it started to seem like the Entropia universe was getting smaller and smaller. Like, when I used to just play the game and didn't podcast, I'd rarely meet very many people other than just sweaters, and they would usually come and go, never really stay that long in the game. But once you start doing Entropia YouTubing, you start to meet the other players that are actual players that have been playing for a long time. Once you start to add a few of them on Facebook, you start to notice that everyone's in like this little small circle where everyone knows each other from Entropia. And I don't think it's tens of thousands of people big. Maybe it is. It's like, you know, you click on someone's name who's an Entropia player and it'll say that they're mutual friends, and then it'll list like another whole big list of Entropian players. Maybe that list will keep growing as I add more and more people. Alright, so we got another player possibly interested. I think we'll get a lot of maybes, but probably no one will actually do it. I hope. Or not, I hope that they don't. I hope they will. Part of me hopes they don't, because it'll be a bit nerve-wracking. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's what I was thinking. There is an interest. People like, what? You could interview people that are sweating on Skype? I would watch that too. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe other sweaters would watch it. I bet you what I'll have to do is go to boring ass. There's a lot of people there that are desperate for money. We'll go prey on the desperate. It's like my whole dating routine. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so no one's really that keen on helping here. So let's go check boring ass. That's not a bad idea. I should come back here and keep trying. Maybe on weekends. What day is it today? Friday? Yeah, Friday the 25th. Holy fuck, it's almost noon. I gotta go move my uncle soon. Oh, I've been putting it off because my back is just killing. Now, I shouldn't complain about my back killing too much though, because my lower back, like spine and fucking tailbone, was actually hurting less enough that I could do sit-ups today. And I was fucking thinking, Jesus, I didn't want to take too many more days off from doing them. It's like all that work to build your core can disappear pretty quick. It's kind of scary. Now, I think that's the only thing that saved me through this overeating binge, was at least having a decent core. You can burn calories around that area a little faster compared to if you have no core. Ah, fuck, we only got 3 minutes. Right, so I won't be doing that. Let's do a little recap. I don't know if anyone remembers me saying that one of my favorite sales that I did was buying and reselling a shop, and I'll swing by it. And if you're wondering one of the ways to get a premium on reselling your shop, try to get it in an exclusive area. Like my old shop was floor 1. So when people walked into the mall on foot, like they just discovered it and they walked in on foot, mine was the first they would come to. It was mine and Summer's. And you guys remember where I ran into Summer? When I went to Next Island and I was at Ancient Greece, that's where she was. And she was there with another Uber player. I think it was Buzz Lightyear that she was there with. And then this was the shop I used to own. It was a small shop, floor 113. I think it could be still the same guy that bought it from me. But sadly, I can't even go in my old shop. Now, if anyone doesn't remember what Summer's shop looks like, not only is she an Uber player, but man, check out her shops. If you're looking for like the top of the line clothing, you really don't have to go to too many shops other than hers. She's got high-end clothing, low-end clothing. That's some good prices on those gloves. Like I can buy this pair of gloves, put it in my shop at Rocktropia, resell it for like 10 ped plus. So that's pretty good. I think the only reason she has such good prices on them, she's looting a lot of these herself, I bet. Because if you buy a lot of those, those packages in the web shop, maybe I'll see if I can find one. Alright, so I'll show you the Entropia Webshop. I'll just make it a bit bigger so we can see it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Come on, where the fuck is it? Oh, there. Alright, so welcome to the Entropia Universe Webshop. This is a lot of controversy with this web shop, because I'm pretty sure you used to be able to buy all this kind of stuff in the game, and the revenue would go towards the Calypso land deed owners. But the game realized that, hey, they're paying out too much money to the Calypso land deed holders, so they created this web shop so they could do transactions outside of the game, and then therefore not have to pay the revenue to the Calypso land deed owners. So this web shop was when the land deeds first took their major bomb in revenue. And you can see that some of the things they switched is so that people start buying all their ammo outside of the game, which we used to get a share of when they bought it from the trade terminal. And then these strong boxes. The whole reason I brought these strong boxes up is I've bought these before just to try them out. And they often give you the strong boxes as loot in the game, but these keys you can only get at the web shop. And a lot of countries, well, Sweden specifically, was pissed because their government passed laws where they could no longer buy the strongbox keys. The government ruled that was gambling and that the companies that were doing it were taking advantage of people. So that's why Entropia was no longer, or players from Sweden can no longer open their own loot that they get in the game. So anyways, if you use these keys and boxes and you open a lot of them, a lot of times you'll loot the skeleton stuff that was for sale in the store that I was showing you. And what I find funny too is not only do they sell the ammunition and rip all the players off that were the Calypso land deed holders, but they're also undercutting it. So players that buy their ammo in the web shop can get it cheaper than people buying it in the trade terminal. Like they'll have sales and stuff. There's no trade terminal sales. So literally this web shop is ripping off players in the Entropia universe big time. But I think technically speaking, at a legal point, the Mindark agreement that they made us all sign said that they were going to do stuff like this to take advantage of the players and screw them over, and that there's nothing we can do about it. It's part of the agreement. So I think it's fair enough. At least they don't rip us off too bad. Can you imagine they made it completely so that you could no longer buy anything in the game and you had to buy all of it outside of it? And they could get the land deed revenue down to almost zero? Now that'd be something. Don't give Mindark any ideas. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. I hope everyone comes by and checks out Summer's store. She's got some really cool clothing and stuff, and hoping if I can get enough people into her store shopping, maybe she'll give me some deals. Alright, take care. What else was there? Oh yeah, in the Mindark, or summarize Bonnie's auction thing. If anyone can help calculate the auction tomorrow, I'm pretty sure it's 5:30 p.m. Toronto time, but I'm trying to figure that out. So if anyone can help confirm it, that'd be great. I'm pretty sure some other people already use military time and Mindark time and all that, and they can calculate it no problem. So, right, big appreciations to all those smart people. Right, so if you want to help me out, we've got Patreon, Society 6, Swagbucks, GameKit, Hideout TV, and Bitcoin, and the virtual maid sex machine that's for adults and men only. But ladies, I won't leave you hanging. And what else is there? Oh yeah, the Entropia Zine, got that. Raven Jade, coolest vampire in the Entropia universe. Got her store link for her shirts. I think I'm going to wear her shirt tomorrow for the big auction. So hopefully this all works out. I can go to the auction, wear the new shirt, and maybe my items won't sell for 100 ped and I'll be killing myself. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm thinking I sent Bonnie a message about reserve bids for my items, so hopefully we can have reserve bids. I don't know how that's all going to work. It'd be sweet, because I don't want to lose my items for really cheap. Alright, but yeah, it'd be cool if anyone who's watching the show wants to come and place bids on the auction too. That'd be sweet. Or at least share this information about it so that other people find out and can go place bids too. That'd be sweet. Alright, if you happen to get the silver starter pack into your vaporizer and it tastes like shit because the web store items are not good to vaporize, then give the show a dislike. But if that doesn't happen, you can give the show a like. Really appreciate it. Take care everyone, and hopefully see everyone at the auction tomorrow. Alright, bye for now. I think maybe I'll record the show for the auction too. So if anyone wants to be on the show, just show up to the auction. Yeah, no, Skype hopefully available. I think I figured it out with that clipboard and everything. Hopefully. Famous last words. Hopefully. Here's 3 videos.